Good morning, everyone, or afternoon, or whenever you may be watching this. This is just going to be like a little update video, a little walk and talk, so to speak. Come out to, hang on just a second, I need to adjust this camera. Alright, that's a little better. Come out to one of my old hangouts. This used to be an old farm. I don't know if you can see that little open field right there. It used to be an old house there. Some of the old buildings are here. The sun's going to wash it out. But you can see a little building behind me somewhere. It's right over there. And there's a couple old barns. You can see the barn back here behind me. Yeah, when I was a young, bright, raring young man, I used to come out here with my friends. This is one of our old hangouts. I was going to take you to another spot we used to hang out at, but there's people there. I've took you there before, years ago. I think we went down there and made a little video, but I was wanting to go back. Can't do it. This place is peaceful. We usually see some eagles out here. But anywho, the reason we're here today, I try to get over in the shadow so the sun don't wash me out. Well, that's probably too dark, ain't it? Hang on, let me get you turned around so you ain't gotta look at my ugly mug. You can see what I'm looking at. Give me just a second. There we go. Like I was saying, right about there was the old house. You can see the old barn back there. There's no barn. And it might not show up, but right back there in that tree line is a little, I don't know what you call it, a little storage shed or something like that. Yeah. You can barely see it, but the lake's way over there. Anyway, the reason we're on here today, I want to go check that old building out. That's not the reason, I'm just getting sidetracked. Oh, they left. Here goes my brain 100 mile an hour. They actually left one of the old houses. There's the little storage building. Down there's another one of the old houses. I thought they tore them both down. I wish I wore my exploring shoes and pants. We would hike over there and we might just do it anyway. Anyway, let's get down to business. This video's gonna be 45 minutes long if I don't quit yapping. We know the van issue I'm having. The last video you've seen it. I can't quit thinking about that building over there. Turn this way. Stay focused, Wayne. Stay focused. Yeah, we talked about my little van issue. Oh my goodness. My brain won't stay focused. Here, let me show you something. The reason I came out here, there's a couple eagles' nests. See right there on that pole? Right on top's an eagle nest. And I'm going to try to find the other one looking through the viewfinder, which is actually harder to do than what you think it is. Right there on top of that pole. It's another eagle's nest. If you're going to come out here, I thought we might see a couple eagles flying around, but anyway. I hear traffic flying down the road. There's going to be somebody else coming out here. Can't get no privacy out here no more. The van. Okay, stay focused. The van. I've read y'all's comments and I've thought about them and I've listened to them. And I agree with a lot of you. They're going down the road. You probably can't hear the car. Actually, there it is. I can see it through the woods. It's about a 50-50 mix. Some of you said look for replacement engine, which I would love to do. Not against that at all. A couple of you said just go ahead and cut my losses and get a different vehicle. Again, I agree with you. Not against that at all. But you know, until you're in the situation I'm in, it's hard to just say, okay, this is what I'm gonna do, and then go do it. You know, I'm torn between what I should do what I need to do and what I want to do. One being financially, this is not a cheap decision to make. Either way, it's going to cost me quite a bit of money. And I don't have tons of money. You know, I live very cheaply. I don't have a whole lot, and I'm not trying to give you no sad story. Poor me. I choose to be like this. Because the less money I need, the less money I spend, the less time I have to be, you know, a slave to a job. That's more time I can be out enjoying life. I'm not in some stuffy old building punching the clock. The downside of that is you don't have much money. So that's a long way of me saying, you know, financially this is going to be a big adventure. So I've been sitting around thinking about it. Hang on, let's have a face-to-face. So I've been sitting around thinking about it. First, let me say, for all the naysayers, you're going to be seeing me in and out of the sun, in the shadow. This isn't a Hollywood production. This is just an old hillbilly with a camera on a stick, so bear with me on that. But yeah, this is a big financial decision I gotta make. I've been shopping around looking. First, I'm trying to decide what do I actually want, because I'm gonna make this my last purchase. Like we talked last time, I'm tired of getting something all fixed up the way I like it. That's a bad glare, ain't it? Let me turn this way. Even I agree with that. I'm tired of getting something all built out the way I like it and getting it set up perfect for me and then getting rid of it. That's starting to get a little weary, you know, it's wearing me out. That's a lot of work, a lot of money. So I've been shopping around trying to pick the perfect vehicle, because whatever I get is going to, in theory, be my last, unless something catastrophe happens, tree falls on it or whatever. It's going to be my last one I get. I'm just going to roll with it the rest of the journey and make it work no matter what. So I've been trying to think, you know, responsibly and wisely, not fall in love with every shiny material object I see. I've been trying to shop around and pick and weed through the ones that I think I need but I know I don't need, and find the ones that really work for me. Now here's my dilemma. This may sound like I'm being greedy or you know, high and mighty, set my standards for a high, but I need something. You know, I've got a terrible back. It's been something that's bothered me my whole life, but as I'm getting older, it's really getting bad. Old body's not as young as it used to be. So I need something that I can stand up in. I don't mean stand up and walk around and, you know, do jumping jacks and all that, but just something I can stand up in, you know, stretch my old back, get dressed or whatever, cook dinner, you know, I can stand up and do all this. So that's the reason I keep saying I would like to have a box truck or something of that nature. I don't really want a Sprinter van. They're overrated. I would take one. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I would spit on one, but that's on the list as far as spending money. They're kind of overrated. They're nice. I'm not knocking them. It's a metal body, metal shell. Usually they all have diesel engines, which, you know, you can get 500,000 miles out of them if you take care of it. I'm just talking about price wise. They're really overrated. They're not worth what they're being sold for. That's a whole nother rant. Let's try to stay focused. But yeah, that's the reason I kind of leaning towards a box truck or something of that nature, for comfort reasons. But part of me wants another van, just like a old Ford or Chevy cargo van. I really miss my old blue van. I love that thing. Again, I had it set up the best you can in one of them vehicles. It was perfect for me. It was so cozy and comfortable. I'd climb in there, you know, on a cold winter night and be out camping and close them doors, and it was like a little cabin in the woods. And I really missed that van. Now, the only reason I got rid of it, it was plagued with problems. It had lots of issues when I first got it, and you know, me being kind of mechanically handy, I kept the whole thing going for a while until it got to be just a burden where I couldn't even get in it without having to fix something. So that's the reason I got rid of that. But I really 60% of me wants another van, another cargo van. And I would be very happy with it. Easy to work on. Well, the engines, because of the way they're designed, are pain in the butt. But I'm talking about, like, say if I had to take it to the shop. Shop won't hardly touch a step van, or they definitely don't want nothing to do with an RV. You get a big vehicle like that, most 80% of your shops won't touch them. I don't understand that. I mean, that's big ticket items. They can make a lot of money, but that's just the way it is. But a cargo van or a passenger van or something of that nature, they'll bring them indoors and work on them. I think a lot of it has to do with the weight and the size of them. I think it's what it is. But anyway, I'm trying to make this quick and not drag it out real far. Really, over half, I'd say 60% of me wants another cargo van, and I would be happy to death with it. Standing up would be an issue, you know. I could work around that. I could work with it. But the other part of me wants like a box truck, or I don't really want a schoolie. I mean, they're cool and I would love to have one, but practically I don't really want one. We're right back to the maintenance cost, and no shop's going to touch it, and blah blah blah. It's just, it wouldn't be feasible for me. It wouldn't be a year or a year and a half, 2 years. I'd be aggravated with it and getting rid of it. Now maybe one of them little short stubby school buses, you know, kind of like, I don't know about your area, but in my area, kindergarten uses them, and preschools, you know, they'll hold about 15, 20 kids. I don't know exactly. I think they call them 6 windows or 5 windows, something like that. I might consider one of them. I don't know. That's kind of really low on the list. A box truck would be super easy to build out. You know, I'm getting off track. It's got to be, there's a lot of qualifications that I'm looking for, I'm asking for. It has to let me get in places like this. Now anything, I'm trying to turn slow. I know I got a habit of whipping the camera around. Come on. Right there's the parking lot. I don't know if you can barely see Yoda. I'm in Yoda today. I had to do a little work this morning. Didn't get to go camping. This is the weekend. But anything can get in that lot. Schoolie, RV, anything can come down that road I was on. A semi could do it. But that's not where I want to be. I want to get off the beaten path, off in these woods. Let me turn slowly because I'm trying to show you the road. I want to come down roads like this and get off in these woods and places that, you know, I like being by myself when I'm camping out in the woods. I'm not saying I don't want any friends to come camping with me or anything like that. I just meant the general influx of crowds, you know, especially this area here. Right now it's hunting season. Most people out here are hunters. A few little tourist people, but right, it's the end of the year. The hunters are coming in and all that. Mountain bike riders, you know. But they got all the campgrounds, all the, I wouldn't say cool spots, but all the, anywhere you can get a big RV or a massive bus or whatever, they're packed in there like sardines. I don't want nothing to do with that. I don't want to look out my window and see some big old bus or massive RV with 37 bicycles and 9 generators and raft on top of it. I don't want to see all that. I want to look out my window and see something like this. Now that may sound greedy, but well, I'm just gonna be straightforward. So be it. This is my life. I can live it the way I want. I can go to places and do the things I want, and so can you. I'm just speaking for me though. You have that right to choose. If you don't want to be in a campground with 70, 80, 100 more people, you don't have to be. You're allowed to choose to come out here and be by yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not that I'm antisocial or, you know, or just flat out hate people. It ain't nothing like that. It's just, I want the solitude, the peace and quiet. Because your average camper, well, I shouldn't even call them camper. Your average weekend warriors, they don't camp. If you're watching this channel, most of y'all are pretty much like me. Either you're living a full-time RV or van life or whatever, tent, motorcycle, whatever. This is actually your life. This is this is your home pretty much. You know, you come out with just the necessities, maybe a few little extras to make yourself comfortable. But all them people that pile in around you at these campgrounds and national forest. They're weekend warriors. They come out, drag everything they can get out of the garage. I mean, kayaks and fishing poles and boats and huge generators and satellites and, you know, 72-inch screen TVs they put outside and blast all night long. And not even watching it. They just got to have it on to show you how, how cool they are. And that's fine. That's fine. That's their choice. They're allowed to do that. I just don't want to be around that. I'd rather sit in my little camp chair around the fire and watch the eagles fly, or, you know, in this area we're overran with groundhogs. I've scared them off. There was actually some here when I pulled up, but I like to watch them little fat groundhogs run around, and that's my entertainment. Man, that was a long rant, wasn't it? So anyway, back to the subject at hand. I think what I'm going to do, I believe it's the right choice, and y'all just going to have to bear with me. I appreciate you hanging around. This channel is up and down, flip-flopping around, but that's life. This is really true life. Now, it may not be what everybody else is living, but this is my true life. None of it staged. One minute I'm up here, next minute I'm down here. That's just how my life goes. So I appreciate you hanging around, sticking with me, and I think the decision I've made is just keep enjoying life and having adventures the best I can. Pack away some money. Well, I say pack, I don't make a whole lot. Sprinkle away some money in the corner and just keep building it up and shopping around. Don't run out and pull the trigger on the very first thing I see. Just keep packing old money away in the coffee can, and something perfect, something that's going to be, I might not know it, but I'll know it when I see it. Something perfect will pop up, and I'll have the money put away for it, and we'll buy it and take off from there. I think that's the best decision. Sometimes I do get a little antsy, I just want it, and I want it now, and I'm gonna make it happen no matter what. I've got a bad habit of doing that. That's just who I am. That's my personality. I'm stubborn, and it don't matter what it is. If I want it, I'll find a way to make it happen. And in a way, that's a good thing. But on the other hand, a lot of times that gets me in situations like this. As much as I don't want to admit it, sometimes me being bullheaded, stubborn, puts me in a situation, that I gotta fight another battle, and I don't know. I think sometimes I enjoy that. I believe that's what keeps me going. It's what keeps me motivated. I shouldn't say struggle. I've never struggled. I've been blessed. I've had a good time. Living this life. I've got to see things and go places that most people will never see. And I'm talking about the average general public. I know people following me on this channel are doing the same thing I'm doing, so you've probably seen everything I've seen. But I'm talking about the average person, the old 9-to-5er. I've got to go places and see things that they're never going to see, and I'm thankful for that. So sometimes I feel like that rambunctiousness of me just running out and, no plans, no education, no research, and just doing stuff gets me in a jam sometimes. But I think that's what keeps me going. I think that's what keeps me motivated, knowing I gotta make something work, make something happen. So, but I'm getting older, no energy level, the tolerance is going down some. I'm kind of ready to just glide a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Just have a couple months of easiness. There's nothing wrong, nothing chaotic happening. Just gliding, Then the problem comes up, so be it. We'll work on it. So I got to start being more responsible. I hate saying that, but that's the truth. I got to start being more responsible. I'm not young. I can't run with the wind no more. I gotta start being more responsible. Anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you. Y'all know me. I ramble and barely get the message out because I get sidetracked on something else. One more thing. I think I put a daily post up about it. I normally don't take product sponsorship or channel sponsorships, because I'm just gonna be honest, most of them companies, not all, most of them, they just don't make a good product. but they want you to get on here and, they'll give you a few bucks to get on here and say, oh, how great it is, how this is the best thing in the world and you can't live life without it. Well, I get emails every day, 2 or 3 a day, and I literally do 2 or 3, sometimes. Well, yesterday I checked, I had 5. I just delete them. I don't get involved with them unless it's a product that I know about already or it really looks interesting and promising. Because this whole channel is based on pretty much living life and having a fun adventure on a budget. I like buying cheaper products. Like most of y'all, like I said, that follow me and watch me, you see these old junky cameras I buy and the old Walmart camping gear, and I buy that stuff on purpose. Now I can save my money and get a really nice, say a camera, get a really nice $400 or $500 DJI or GoPro. Well, GoPros are garbage, but you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say. And use the camera for years. But I like buying them old junky $50, $60 cameras off Wish and Temu and just seeing if we can make it work, because the average person, including me, I'm no rock star, don't have that rock star checkbook. The average person cannot afford that $300 or $400 DJI or whatever, Canon XL, whatever. The average 75 to 80% of people cannot afford that. They're barely putting groceries in the refrigerator right now. So I try to find products that are cheap, somewhat good quality, but cheap in price, that the average person can afford and go out and have fun with, whether it be a $30 Walmart tent or a $12 cook stove or whatever. That's really what this channel is about. That's the reason I get so many comments and emails, and I appreciate it. Don't run. First, let me back up and say I appreciate y'all putting your input in. It helps me make a lot of decisions. But I get so many saying, oh, you should get a GoPro Hero 10 or go get the DJI, a new 360 camera, and your videos will be so great. Well, that's not what I'm trying to do. I try to keep it reality. I try to find low budget, bottom shelf products that the average person can go buy on a week-to-week paycheck they're living on. Go buy and go out and have a, it won't be a Hollywood production with that camera or camping equipment, whatever it is they got, but they can go out and have a fun adventure too, and not just have to mortgage their home to do it. So if anybody's new watching this channel, or the ones who's been with me a long time don't understand what I'm actually trying to do, that's it. I try to show that you can live an awesome, adventurous life for pennies on the dollar compared to what some of these YouTube channels are showing. They're in their $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 Sprinter camper vans with their DJI drones and their Canon XL cameras and all their lighting. They probably got more in their lighting than I've got in everything I own. You don't have to have all that to have fun. Let me stop it right there, because I could go on for hours about that. Some of them old channels, I call them fake. They're not fake. They're really out there doing that, but they're spending thousands of dollars and spending 2 or 3 days to try to set up this 5-minute video to show you how awesome the beach is. You ain't got to do all that. That's silly. Go to Walmart or Amazon, get you a $45 little action camera and get out there on the beach and have fun. That's all you got to do. But anyway, I got to stop that rant, because it gets under my skin. I can go on forever about stuff like that. But I think that's what I'm going to do, if we even remember what we was really talking about. I believe I'm going to just sit back, save my pennies, and just wait, shop around, wait. I went and looked at a couple vans yesterday, like cargo vans, and yes, they would have worked. Pretty decent price. I could have bought them right there, but I think I looked at 3, and all 3 had some kind of issue that I know for a fact I could band-aid right now, but later down the road it's going to be a big deal, and I'll be right back where I started. I looked at one. Let's go ahead and drag this video out to an hour and a half. That's what I'm good at. I looked at one yesterday that I almost pulled the trigger on because I fell in love with it. I got to quit doing that. I fall in love with stuff and don't stay in reality and realize what I'm really looking at. But it was a Ford F-350 cargo van, had ladder racks on it. Already had two fantastic fan exhaust fans in the roof. They called it a camper van. It was just some Saturday afternoon junk they slapped together. But I was going to end up ripping it all out and redoing it anyway. But it already had, what I did like, it already had a counter with underneath storage, a sink, a water system tank, which I don't know if I would have used it. I don't know what, how clean these people was. I don't know what was in there. But I could have very easily replaced that water storage tank. I think it was 15 gallon. The point I'm getting at, it was turnkey ready to go. For a decent price, actually. The price of vans right now are outrageous. And this one was fairly decent price. Had new tires on it. Not brand new, but they weren't very old. And yeah, I fell in love with it. Almost pulled the trigger because I was thinking about how they had about 40% of it done for me. It was already wired, 12-volt wiring. Didn't have no batteries or nothing, but all that was already done, which, I would have changed some of it, but the bones were there. Now here's the kicker. And thankfully I didn't, I came back to reality before I pulled the trigger, but the rear main on the engine, if anybody's mechanically inclined knows what that is. If not, don't worry about it. The rear main was seeping. Wasn't leaking, wasn't dripping, but everything, if anybody knows anything about engines, the back of the engine was wet with oil. It was seeping. I like to call it seeping. The oil was just leaching out. That might last another 10 years, or next week that seal may blow out, and there we go. Got to pull the engine out, put a rear main in it, start all over. Let me pause this. I see people coming in. I'll be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. We're actually in the car, heading on out. A group of, I don't know, I didn't see no bicycles, but they was all wearing like bicycle clothes, but two vans pulled in there, and I don't know, 8, 9 people jumped out of them, but it's fine. Again, I always sound greedy when I say, "Oh, get out of here," but oh, I'm sorry, my headphones, I didn't realize they swing right in front of you. But yeah, they was rowdy, they're young, and just enjoying life, just like we are. So I decided to leave. I need to go back to town anyway. Today's laundry day. I despise doing laundry. I'd rather throw them things in a ditch and go buy more. I'm telling you, I hate doing laundry with a passion. But anywho, I think I'm going to end this video right here. As always, it's became a 45-minute video. I never plan on doing that. It's just, you would think for an introvert I wouldn't talk as much as I do. I just get on here and love chit chat. But I just want to say hello to all my friends, family, subscribers, new and old. Appreciate you hanging around with me and just taking this old crazy journey called life. Like I said, the van thing, we're going to get it worked out. This time I'm going to pump the brakes and not just grab whatever I see and struggle with it again. It's just a revolving door for me. I'm just going to, like I just said earlier, just throw my pennies in a coffee can and just shop around. The perfect vehicle's going to pop up. Although that box truck I showed you, I really like that thing. I really like it, but I'm not going to run over and try to get it. Well, I don't really have the money right now for one thing. I could make it happen. Like I said earlier, I could make that happen. If I had to, I'd sell my motorcycle or something. But anyway, I'm starting to ramble again. I'm just going to slow my roll, pump my brakes, and like I keep saying, just save my money, and something will pop up. I don't know what it's going to be, but the perfect vehicle is going to pop up, and I'm going to grab it, and we're going to take off again. So anyway, say hello to everybody. Hope you're having a great day, great night, whenever you may be watching this. Get outside, enjoy life. Go to your public park or your local forest, or maybe you got a buddy who has a farm. Get out there and walk around in his woods. Just get out and enjoy nature. It don't cost a lot of money. Just a little bit of gas. Throw you an old bologna sandwich in a sack. Head out somewhere. Get some fresh air. Enjoy life. Don't stay cooped up in your house watching old morons like me on YouTube. Get out there and enjoy life. It's short. It goes by super fast. There's going to be a day for me and you and everybody else that we're just going to be too old and broken down to be able to do this. And then you're going to have all the regrets. I wished I went and looked at this, or never got to see, that super cool fishing spot I always heard about. Get out there, look at it now. Go. Turn me off. Click the button. Turn this off. Get in your car and go. A couple bucks in gas is all it costs. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. God bless you.